Hello, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me today. What a week! Anyway, let me just check that everything is running okay. Yep, looks like it. So, for those of you who don't know, I have just come back from New Orleans, where we had the very first in-person Backstage, and it was epic. That said, I have to say I'm feeling a little frail this morning. I travelled for about 18 hours yesterday, having travelled for about 18 hours on Wednesday. Haven't quite caught up yet. Coffee is what is needed. So, we are live. Always good to see. I have to say my eyes are incredibly runny, as they often are first thing in the morning. I did sleep quite well last night. I managed to stay awake mostly until what I would call normal, going to bedtime, and woke up at 6, went back to sleep, and my husband woke me up at 9. Hello Tara, good morning. I would also say I have partially lost my voice from all the talking in large crowds. We had the most amazing time. I mean, yeah, it was quite emotional. The first in-person event since the pandemic. Oh, morning, Carol. I had the most amazing trip. Hello, Nora. Hello, Claire. So yeah, I mean, it's going to take me a while to really get the whole trip in my head, because I was there, I arrived on the Wednesday evening, I was there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, left on Sunday, so I only had 3 days, full days there, and so much was crammed into those 3 days, I cannot tell you. So, hello Patricia, hello Helen, hello Lorna. It was the most amazing time, Lorna. Hello, Shaz. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, it was just epic. I mean, let's start with what finished the whole event off. We had, obviously, a party at the end of the event. They laid on, I kid you not, a Mardi Gras just for us. We had all the stuff. They stopped the traffic for us. I mean, on Canal Street, which is the major street through New Orleans, they stopped the traffic just for us. And we went from the hotel, we kind of went all around the back streets, crossed Canal Street twice. It was just amazing, and everybody came out to support us, and it was just amazing. But I have very little voice left. How are you still not recovering? I am still recovering, Shaz. I only really got up 2 hours ago and had a very leisurely breakfast, and then came over to get everything ready for today. And I have to say my computer has obviously gone on a holiday as well. It needs to have a whole restart. But it's fine. It's working. But yeah, my head is just spinning. I mean, 2 days of the most amazing presentations from other demonstrators, from the leadership team, from outside speakers. It was just, and seeing all these people that up until last week, yes, I thought were only from the waist up, because I'd met them on Zoom but not otherwise. So lots of people that I know but have never met, and it was just, it's you! So yeah, it was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Hey ho. Ineke, my new Dutch member. So Ineke has just joined. Yay! From the Netherlands. So I am thrilled to welcome you, Ineke. I will send you all the proper paperwork and answer your questions later today. But I have seen your emails. So yes, I got home last night to an email saying that Ineke had joined my team. So excited. I am absolutely buzzing, Lorna. Yeah, with ideas, and I mean it was leadership training, so it wasn't there was, apart from swapping on the first night, and I will do a video on my swaps, don't worry. Apart from swapping on the first night, it was all about leadership training, business training. So it was academic rather than creative, if you understand that. Thank you, Shaz. Yes, congratulations, Inika. She's a sunflower. Yay! Oh, I'm sorry. So there was actually, I have on my wall, and this is nothing to do with crafting. Sorry, I am a little emotional about this. I have a thing on my wall with lots of inspirational things, like Meryl Streep says, "What makes you different or weird? That's your strength." Those sorts of things. Morning, Jan, and Robbie Williams, God rest his soul. You're only given a little spark of madness, don't lose it. Those sorts of things. Now, one of the ones I have up here, which I have up because my whole thing is sunflowers, and it was very pertinent to one of the speakers, and it was all about having a seed that grows. And one of the things I have on my wall is they tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Sorry, I haven't got my glass on, but yes, they tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds, which is my whole thing about sunflowers, and sunflowers are always face the sun and stuff. So never mind the fact I like sunflowers as a plant. So yes. Thank you, Jan. Tara, popping out for a second because your voice and video not in sync again. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't on the lives. Thank you, Lorna. I will do posts in the group and everything, but yeah. Oh, Carol's Inika's been with Stamping Up before. It's just she's changed teams. So yes. Anyway, crafting. Well, I'm going to start with some swag, but let's flip the camera down. You're back, Tara. Well, hopefully we're a little more in sync. Who knows? Right, let's flip the camera down. It is even in the place it's meant to be. There's a surprise. Oh, Jan. No. Where is it? Where is it? One of my lovely Canadian followers gave me this. I have the sunflower paper pumpkin. Oh, it's worked. Good, Tara. So yes, I have it. I brought it back. I had to deconstruct the box to bring it back because I only travelled with carry-on luggage. How I got everything back, I do not know. Fortunately, I hadn't over-crammed my bag going out. So, Jan, no, I have got it, and I will be showing it. But not today. So, yes. So, let's start with swag, shall we? Now, I have mislaid. I know I'm going to find it, but I have temporarily mislaid the Backstage New Orleans badge. But, hey, there we go. So, how I got all this back in carry-on luggage, I do not know. So Backstage mug, which currently has chocolate mints in it, which I took out to New Orleans to have just in case I needed mints. So yeah, Backstage mug, which is insulated. It's double walled, and as I say, how it didn't crack on my way back, I do not know. So we got that. Obviously, we've got a name badge, so I got my name badge. And these two are for two of the parties that we had. So we had Sweets and Treats at the beginning. Sorry, Sweets and Swaps. Yeah, Sweets and Swaps was the first night, and then the Mardi Gras was the last night. But we all got these, and we got, I cannot tell you how many lengths of beads, but then we gave them all away. So, I know, Inika, but what was wonderful is, like Jan, everyone who knows me, who saw me over there, said, you should have had the paper pumpkin. I've got it. So yes, Bonnie, bless her, took me a paper pumpkin down. Oh, bless. Thank you, Carol. And Inika is over the moon to be back. I'm so thrilled that you're with us, Inika. You'll be a great addition to the team. So that was the badge. Then we got an agenda. So that's just a piece of paper that we did stuff on. An agenda with lots of places for notes, which I didn't take a huge number of notes in there, but I did take quite a lot in here. And we do get recorded content later in September, so we can watch back some of the sessions. So not all of the sessions were recorded, so I have to say I went to the sessions that weren't recorded. And then this lovely pen, which works beautifully, let it be said, and this strap, which is just amazing, which obviously I can use for other things. Then New Orleans is always a good idea, which was full of beads. Then on the last night we were all given umbrellas, beads and masks. I didn't bring my umbrella back. There was a limit to what I could bring back, so we all got a mask. We all got a little fan, Stampin' Up logoed fan, which I haven't started yet because I have to say indoors didn't need a fan. Needed a jumper, and then this amazing bag, which I'm not really going to be able to show you terribly well, but it's got Let the Good Times Roll, but in French, obviously, because New Orleans is kind of French. Logoed, is that there? Logoed. And this actually does fold flat-ish, which is how I managed to get it back. Thank you, Karen. Oh, I loved being over there. Have you ever watched Rachel? I know. Yes, I have watched Rachel. Thank you, Jan. But yeah, this is going to be a great swaps bag for On Stage, which of course is in Vienna. Whoop whoop. So those of you who are demos and haven't yet registered for On Stage, there is still time. And more excitingly for Nora, those who, so we're opening in Belgium and the Republic of Ireland on the 4th of October, and anyone who joins Stamping Up in October, and I think a little way into November, will get recorded content for the On-Stage event free. They'll get it whether they want it or not, and if you want to go to an On-Stage near where you are, so obviously if you're outside of Europe it will be a more local venue, you get to go for free. Whoop whoop. So I think, I've got to check, but I think that includes the live in Vienna. So there we go. Now, the other thing that arrived while I was away is my first milestone sales badge, which is for 100,000 CSV, or $100 is basically the equivalent. So I get this badge. Let me see if I am in camera. Yes. So we get a little diamond for each 100,000 sales. So that was my first one. And I got to speak with Sarah, so I explained why my hair was quite as short as it is. So yeah, it was just epic. It was, but my brain is in overload. Tara's going to Arlington in Texas. Nora says, how interesting. Absolutely. Just saying. So yes, it's just, my brain is in kind of mental overload. But we're here to craft. So, on the basis that I wasn't going to embrace anything other than the summer until I got back, I'm going to be playing with Fond of Autumn today, which is on page 52 of the mini catalogue. I'm only using the stamp sets, just so you know. So there's the stamp set. It's photopolymer. I haven't used it yet, so let's detach the ones that I've got left and get those on. So photopolymer, first thing you do is to, oh Inika, thank you. It's going to take me a while to get to 1 million, I think. I am still hoping to go on the Norwegian trip, so Inika, bless her, placed an order about 2 days before she joined up to help me get to Norway. So yes, if anyone is in Europe and wishes to place an order, however large or small, it will help me get to Norway. I have got a bog-off, buy one get one free, coming up in September. I do still need to do a lot of photography for that and get it all listed. And I've also got some other things planned that may tempt people to place orders. But yeah, thank you, Tara. So yes, right, so what I'm going to start with is a piece of basic white. I am also going to bring in a piece of scrap, otherwise known as a piece of mini grid paper. My brain is just still going, sorry. I need Post-its. So I am going to stick this down basically with Post-it notes. No, let's move that a bit. I want it kind of there, I think. So I want it about 2/3, 1/3-ish. So this is my standard first layer card size, so 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. Actually, I'm going to... Sorry, my brain is really not with us. Thank you, Karen. So I'm going to stick that down. I did tidy up my room before, my studio, before I left. So I have to say I've actually been able to find things, which is quite miraculous. Right. Okay. So then I want this at the 3-inch mark. But yes, it was an epic trip. It was a once in a lifetime. The next Backstage will be in Las Vegas, also at the back end of August. But it won't be the same because this was special because there weren't as many people as there could have been, because a lot of people decided not to travel either because of COVID or because they were worried about hurricanes. There were no threats of hurricanes, just saying. Yep, that works. So I'm just going to use some Memento. Oh, thank you, Carol. So anyway, the next one is in Las Vegas, and it will never be able to be the same because the major thing with this was that it was the first in person after the pandemic, and everyone was just so joyous to be there. It was just except I think it meant to go that way. Yeah, we'll do it that way up. So I am going to lose, I'm deliberately losing a bit of the pattern. So yes, I got to meet Donna Gray, Rhonda Wade, Dina Rico. I mean, these are all people I knew through the power of Zoom, but had never met. Who else did I see? Oh, loads. I mean, Sam Hammond, but we are Stamping Sisters. We're on the same team. We're sidelines. So I did get to hang out with Sam and some of her team quite a bit. I was the only one that was, other than Sam, that was from my uplines team that was there. Ruth Treese. I still don't know how to say her surname. So yeah, it was just... There we go, nice image. And I prepped my stamp just by rubbing it on my hand. You can use a nice white eraser instead if you wish, but I didn't. So I've deliberately got it so that there's this straight line, because we are going to be using something to deal with that straight line. But in the meantime, I'm going to colour, which I'm going to bring that in case it goes through. So I think I'm, actually, Pale Papaya. Hello, Carol from Port Townsend in Washington State. Actually, I got to speak with Sarah and Sean. Didn't get to speak with Shelley. Oh, I mean, loads of Stamping Up staff. Sharon West, who, bless her, is the most amazing person, actually came up to me and said, "Hello, Liz." So, yeah, that was great. Unfortunately, we have demonstrator development managers for all the regions, and unfortunately, ours wasn't there because she's on maternity leave still, which is understandable. So, I have got those. I'm going to be using, the glitter washi tape, which is Black Highland Heather, Old Olive and Pumpkin Pie. And that's kind of going to be inspiring my colour choices. So I'm using Pale Papaya in place of Pumpkin Pie, Old Olive. I am going to need a red, and I think I will go real red, because then we're kind of in the regals with a bit of an in colour. And I am going to need something brown. So I'm thinking, let's try it on the back of this. That's about right. So this is SU 500 for the acorns. And I might bring in a bit of SU 600, which is in the same, yes. So I'm going to use S500 and 600 for the acorns. Can't remember whether they're, I think they're medium light. They may be medium. Anyway, 5 and 600. So, some really quick colouring. So how is everyone? Are you all excited about autumn and winter coming? I mean, for those of you who are in Australia, although I don't think we've got any Australians on here today. But you've had a rotten set of weather. I mean, not that we've had great weather. We've had the wrong weather for different reasons. They are actually forecasting some rain for the end of the week. Don't expect it to arrive, but it is forecast. So yes, is everyone excited for Halloween and Christmas? I know, I said the C word. Oh, and I'm launching a new class for anyone in the UK, and it's going to be all about colouring, but using watercolour pencils. I haven't decided which stamp set I'm going to use yet, possibly this one, because it's wonderful. But yes, it's all about colouring. So it's more about technique than anything else, which I thought would be fun. And everyone who buys the class will get the first set of watercolour pencils as part of their kit. So all exciting stuff. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Unfortunately, because of postage, I can't send it outside the UK because it will be cripplingly expensive. Right, so that's Old Olive Dark. And then just some Old Olive Light. Hello, Leslie. How are you? How are you doing? Tell me. How is life with you? Is the physio working? Give me details. Need them. Gosh, I keep hearing my croaky voice. Oh, and did any of you watch my Top Tip Tuesday video for today, which is all around how I do my scraps of card? I had to laugh. I'd recorded that before I went away, obviously. And after I'd recorded it, Sam, bless her, this is how I deal with my scraps. I might need to get a new one of these out. Might already be out, actually. But this is getting scratchy. Can you hear that? That means it's running out. Or possibly has run out. But yes, so when I saw that, and I saw Sam obviously in New Orleans, and said, Tara did. Lorna's already made her Christmas cards, or started making her Christmas cards. Wow. So this is a new light. Such a big family, and they're disappointed if they don't. If they don't get handmade. Snap. We have about 80 that we send out, and I haven't started yet. But then I'm working on the premise that quite a few of them will be in videos. So yeah. Oh, and for those of you who ordered, product shares or the new In Colour Club, that all arrived while I was away, so I will be getting those out probably next week. I have I came back to a lot of boxes from orders, not least of all, and Inika, you will be getting one, don't worry. All of my team are getting the new memory book kit. As a thank you. I have told them this is not a surprise. As a thank you for your support. Every now and again I send them all a gift. There is no expectation that they will get a gift from me, but every now and again I do send out a gift, and because we keep talking about scrapbooking, which I will be doing because I have a few photographs from New Orleans, just, you know, the odd 100. 160, dear Lord. Lorna, that's a lot. Karen's done hers. Tara has started hers. Exercises make you sore, but good. Glad you persevere. Doing a few chores too, which you couldn't do before you're up. Yay! About 80 Christmas cards, yeah. So anyway, I said to Sam, just to let you know, and I had recorded it before yours went live. She's fine, obviously. Just saying, you know, this, I've done how to do my card organisation, and I said I do it in a completely different way from you. So she did say she might watch it, which would be, but yeah, I mean, I've been doing my organisation that way since before the pandemic, so for at least 2.5 years. It's going to be BP and PC, isn't it? It's going to be before pandemic or AC, before pandemic BP, and after pandemic AP. I wonder how the historians will record the pandemic. I mean, Spanish flu has been recorded, obviously, but I wonder. Be interesting if I live that long to see how far back, or to look back in, say, 25 years and see how it's been recorded. So I'm afraid today is going to be one of those you're going to be sitting and watching me colour for quite a while, and then there'll be a mad dash for the end. But yes, I will be doing some stuff with the sunflower paper pumpkin. I mean, that's a kind of weird thing for me because obviously I can't sell it, but I will still use it anyway. The envelopes, oh my lord, the envelopes it's a waste to use them, just saying. Fortunately, I have a few packs of the celebration cards and envelopes, so I can get some of those, which don't go specifically, but they are at least the American sizing. Right, so that's my leaves all done. I'm going to start with light real red, and I will actually bring in some colour lifter, I think. So I'm going to colour these all these berries with the light real red, and I may recolour them with the light real red in a moment. Can I tell you how tired I feel, even though I slept for nearly 12 hours? I did manage to get a couple of hours sleep on the plane, which was good. Hello, B. Hello, Pam. Having your hair recoloured. Yeah, I need to do that. Wonderful, Pam. How long have I been a demo? 6 years. Ineka's off to France again on the 11th of September for 2 weeks. And you've ordered the new Christmas card kit, which you'll bring along. The new Christmas... Oh, the... Yes. That wonderful one with the orange slices. So yes, I've been a demo for almost exactly 6 years. My anniversary is the end of July. Spanish flu still resonates, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Lorna. Hence the 160 cards. That makes perfect sense. Right, so I'm going to use dark real red just to add some shading. So I'm having the light coming from this direction-ish. And the only reason I do that is because if you're doing, for leaves it's not such an important thing, but if you're doing shadows on something that is obviously more 3D, I mean I know leaves are 3D, but they're flat too. But if you're doing something that's obviously 3D, you do need to know where your light source is coming from. Otherwise, if you shadow in all directions, you're going to end up with a very weird look. So then I'm going to come in again with the light, just to blend that in. So I had this really weird thing when I was away. For some reason, my phone worked fine as a smartphone, couldn't make phone calls on it. So my husband and I had to exchange emails. You have made the Cozy and Bright cards. They are, Karen, the Cozy and Bright is just wonderful. Right, okay, so we've got that. I might just, this is actually an old colour lifter. I'm just going to add a little dot of colour lifter, just so that there is a spot that is kind of bringing things forward a bit. I'll show you that in a minute. That bottom one doesn't need one, so let me just show you what that's done. Let me go back to there. Can you? Yes, you can. So can you see I've just got this tiny little dot that just helps bring everything, make everything a bit rounder. Right, so acorns and flowers. I'm going to do the flowers first, I think. So I'm just kind of doing some scribble in the middle, which will take in the stamen. And then I will add some shading in a moment. So New Orleans as a city is, it's kind of, there's nice areas and not so nice areas fairly next to each other. One of the other girls, Tricia Smith, who's in Scotland, she and I did a hop-on, hop-off bus. Not that we hopped off, but it was a great way of just seeing some other areas of the city. And everything has this sort of juxtaposition. So that was interesting to see. And then most of the time we were indoors, so I had packed quite carefully with lots of layers, because indoors was cold because the air conditioning in the States, I'm sorry, whoa, just because you can doesn't mean you need everything to be like an ice box. Oh, the colour lifter is absolutely underrated. I love it. I mean, as you know, I call it the colour pusher backer. Yeah, it has on these as well, because it actually pushes the pigment back. But yeah, just because you can have your air conditioning set at 60 degrees is what it felt like. Doesn't mean you have to, but then you go outside and it actually wasn't that hot, bearing in mind we've had a heat wave in the UK. But oh Lord, it was so humid. The hop on hop off bus that journey was hysterical. So we sat upstairs, which has an awning over the top, and then it rained like a monsoon. And I've got a picture of Trisha with her umbrella up underneath the whole thing, which was just so silly. Yeah, it was very odd, Karen, very odd. Actually, no, I'm going to go the other way. This is the lighter colour. So, oh, I need to do the stalks as well. So I'm going to lay down the lighter colour and then do some shading. But yeah, it was like walking into a wet sponge. Anyway, so yes, we were on this bus and this monsoon rainstorm came over. And we all ended up downstairs, still getting wet, I would hasten to add. There was like a waterfall coming down the staircase. It was just total madness, but it was so funny. And because it was warm anyway, it didn't matter. We didn't get cold. Happily, my hair being so short was a blessing because it didn't go frizzy and took about 5 minutes to dry after this epic storm. It rained every day we were there, let it be said. But it was just so funny. We just laughed the whole time. Oh dear. We didn't really know each other before, but oh boy, we know each other now. It was just so funny. And we have beignets, which are these kind of fried dough things that apparently are epic in New Orleans. Really. And they call it powdered sugar, icing sugar on top of them. Yeah, not really my thing. They were okay, we had them. You have to they seem to come in a pack of 3, regardless of where you go. So between us, we had 2. Not packs, 2 beignets. Because we really weren't that keen on them. They are like a donut, but they weren't, yeah, no. No, not really. So I'm just adding a bit of texture on these. I might come in with some green as well, because the top of an acorn is quite often still a bit green. So, light oud olive. Absolutely, Tara, yep. I didn't quite get to the point where I had to have socks on, but it was, yeah. So this is light oud olive, and I'm just going to do some little blobs, and I will come in with dark as well. And while I'm here, let's just add some storks. And then the rest of the card is actually going to come together quite quickly. So dark oud olive. And then I will be done. I'm just going to blend that in a bit with some 500. I did get to hear New Orleans jazz. Certainly on the that's not what I wanted. Certainly on the Mardi Gras evening, they had 2 bands. Now I'm going to say something that's going to be a bit controversial, I think. It struck me that the way you play New Orleans jazz is just be out of key with everybody else. I mean, it was fun, but it was quite discordant. Sorry, but it was. So that is the colouring. We did pack a lot in, Shaz, yes. Now I may cut this down a bit. So this is the glitter washi tape. terror, that's funny. Yes, quite. It was actually quite strange going to a part of the world that is known for its heat and seeing green stuff. And I'd forgotten, of course, that it does rain most days in New Orleans in the summer. So that was a bit weird. Right, so I want that one, I think. Oh, actually, no, I might use that one. Right, and I'm going to bring in some colour. I'm going to go pumpkin pie, I think. Pumpkin pie. Yep, that'll work. That'll work. That will work. So I'm going to cut this at 3 7/8, and I'm going to cut down the thing that I've done, the colouring. 3 7/8, 5 5/8. Dear Lord. Could someone get my brain back from the middle of the Atlantic? Because I swear that's where it is. I need a card base as well, and I'm going to go crumb cake. Which does mean I need a new sheet. Come on, out you come. And I'm going to do it short and fat. So I'm going to score at 10.5 centimetres and then cut in half at about 14.85-ish. Pop those bits away later. And this I need to trim down. So I'm just taking 1/8 of an inch off the edge. Right. Okie dokie. So, seal. Hello, Barbara. Thank you. So if you are enjoying this, do remember to give it a thumbs up. Thank you, Inika. Thumbs up are always welcome. And if you don't already subscribe, that's always a plan. Hello, Audrey! I haven't seen you for ages! Haven't seen you for ages. Hope you're well. Trying to find the end. There we are. One of your bucket list destinations. It was one of my bucket list destinations. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. I don't know that I'd want to spend 2 weeks there. That's going to be controversial, isn't it? But I'm not convinced that it's somewhere I would go for 2 weeks. Gosh, my hands are shaking because I'm so tired. So that there doesn't look straight, but it is straight. No, it's not. That's why it doesn't look straight. It's nearly straight, but not quite. being washi tape, you do get a second go. That's better. And I know I've covered up some of the colouring, but that's fine. Now, we do need a sentiment. So let's see what we've got that's straight. Thank you looks like a plan, doesn't it? Well, it still doesn't look straight. And yet it is. So you're the same as me, Karen. Yeah. I'm glad I went. I mean, we went to Jackson Square and the church there. That's beautiful. I mean, there are things I could do that I didn't do while I was there. I mean, obviously we went to see the Mississippi. We saw trolley cars. Didn't ride on one. We had a look at one of the paddle steamers. Didn't ride on one. But I could fill 2 weeks. But this is soft suede, by the way. So yeah, I could fill 2 weeks. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know that I would bother. Is that dreadful? I'm actually going to go up rather than down. So yeah. You were the same going to the Panama Canal. It wasn't what you expected. You didn't know what to expect, but yeah. The St. Louis Cathedral is magnificent. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I took a lot of photos in there. It's going to take me a while to record all of this. But it will get me back into scrapbooking. Right, so we've got thank you. Now what embellishment can I use? I think I'm going to go metallic. So it's whether I go for the rustic dots or I think I'm going to go for those actually. I think I'm going to go for the gold, maybe. What else have we got? Yeah, no, I think the gold. I think it's going to be the gold. Oh, I've got another sheet of those there. But not the gold. Gold. It's going to be gold. Yep. It's going to be gold. Oh, except we've also got... No. It's going to be the brushed metallics. Thank you. Right. Glue. Actually, I need to work out which is the front and back first, don't I? I might be rash and actually do an inside. Seriously? Liz, are you feeling right? All right. No, not really. You know when you're really tired and you kind of feel not quite sure whether you're hot or cold? There's a certain amount of that going on. Anywho, as well as shaking like a leaf. Also a sign that I am a little tired. Thank you, Audrey. The washi tape is gorgeous, Leslie. And I know it comes in the kind of Halloween area of the catalogue. Page 57. Because it is the traditional Halloween colours. Tell you something, it's also the traditional Mardi Gras colours. It is very well hidden as well, right up here in the top corner. But yeah, it's well worth having a look because they are wonderful colours, and not just for Halloween. I will definitely be using these for my Mardi Gras photos. Because the only colour that's missing, I mean green they don't do, but there is a yellow, but otherwise, I mean those will do perfectly for Mardi Gras. Right, okay, so take your pick. Thank you, Shaz. Yes, probably. I just have in my head that I'm doing these things, so I do them, which is possibly not necessarily the right thing. I'm going to do some little clusters. I do need to get my voice back. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Actually being able to talk. So yes, I'm just going to do a few little clusters. Oops, wrong way up. But I had said that I would go live today, so... Pam, it was something you didn't think you'd use, but must get it on your next list. Absolutely. It is in the new Autumn Winter Mini Catalogue, Audrey, on page 57. Thank you, Inika. Didn't spot that you had also answered Audrey's question. Triangles. You know me and my triangles. So I'm having triangles of in the clusters, as well as the clusters being in a triangle. And for the UK, that will go through as ordinary post, I think. Right, so I need a lining. Must cut some more. So let's bring back my scrap. And... ooh, oh, there's that, isn't there? There are some little images, so let's use, I'm going to use the acorn and the leaf, I think. I'm only going to stamp them, but I am going to. So, desperately need to finish my coffee. We'll go down there, I think. So I'm going to go soft suede, which of course I put away. Stamp off. And not really the right size block, but it'll do. That is that. So let's pop this on the inside. So yes, keep your eyes peeled for the watercolour class. As I say, that will be coming soon. And we'll include shimmery white paper, which is just the most amazing paper for watercolour. So there we go, that is today's card. Just a little bit on the inside. So thank you very much for joining me. I will be back on Thursday for another live, Thursday afternoon, by which time hopefully, thank you Nora, hopefully come Thursday, I will have a brain left. Hello Deborah! We're just finishing, but you can watch the replay. Do remember that thumbs up are always appreciated. Just going to finish my coffee. Thank you both. So yes, thank you Shaz, thank you Karen, thank you Tara. So let me flip the camera back up, because you know I like to say goodbye properly. Face. Got to do the whole properly. Oh, thank you, Inika. Thank you, Leslie. So yes, thumbs up are always appreciated. If you don't subscribe, bottom right-hand corner is the way to go. I should have said at the beginning of the video, if you don't see the live button at the top, and if it doesn't say if it doesn't say replay, if it says replay in the title, it's a replay. Just should have said that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, hopefully I will have a brain come Thursday, and hopefully I will have more of a voice, because it's a bit squeaky at the moment. So thank you very much. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope I have introduced you to washi tape that you thought was only for Halloween that isn't. I will be printing off photos from New Orleans in the next few days so that I can start doing some scrapbooking. I know I keep saying it, but I'm going to do it. And I will also be doing an unboxing of the memory book, which won't be live. That will be a recording. Simple Stamping Saturday on Saturday. Probably going to be using the same stamp set because it's perfect for simple stamping and for stepping up, because this is really simple stamping, but we'll step it up as well. And then Tuesday next week, another top tip. Yay for scrapbooking, says Shaz. Yes, absolutely. And Carol. Yeah. So thank you very much indeed. I'm going to go and lie down in a darkened room, I think. And I will see you all very soon. Thank you very much. Bye.